7 years, I muttered, staring at the little black velvet box in my hands. Inside was a diamond tennis bracelet I'd spent months saving for. Our anniversary was tomorrow, and I wanted everything to be perfect. "Jerry, you're such a romantic," Zoe said, leaning against the counter of her bookstore. "Megan's lucky to have you." I smiled, though something in Zoe's tone made me pause. She'd been my best friend since college, and I'd learned to read her subtle cues. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. She busied herself organizing books. Just make sure she appreciates it. "Come on, Zoe. What aren't you telling me?" She sighed, turning to face me. "I saw Megan last week at Riverview Mall." "So?" "She was having lunch with some guy. Probably nothing, but—" Zoe hesitated. "They seemed pretty cozy." I laughed it off. "Probably a client meeting. She has those all the time." "Yeah, probably." Zoe's expression remained skeptical. "Just keep your eyes open, okay?" I tucked the box into my jacket pocket, trying to ignore the seed of doubt she'd planted. Megan and I had been happy. Sure, things had been a bit distant lately, but that was normal in any marriage, right? That evening, I arrived home early to surprise Megan with dinner. The house was quiet when I entered, but I heard her voice drifting down from our bedroom. She was on the phone. I know. I miss you too," she was saying, her voice soft. "No, he doesn't suspect anything." "Yes, next week. I can't wait." My heart stopped. I stood frozen in the hallway, the grocery bags heavy in my hands. "I have to go. He'll be home soon. Love you too." I quickly retreated to the kitchen, making noise with the bags to announce my presence. Megan appeared moments later, looking slightly flushed. "You're home early." She kissed my cheek, but something felt off. "Thought I'd make your favorite." I forced a smile. "Who were you talking to?" "Oh, just Mom. You know how she gets." I nodded, but my mind was racing. Megan's mother was on a cruise in Alaska. No phone service. "How about I help with dinner?" she offered, reaching for the vegetables. "Sure." I watched her carefully. "Hey, any plans for next week?" She paused briefly. "Just the usual. Work's been crazy with the new campaign." Another lie. The next day, our anniversary dinner at La Maison felt like a performance. Megan wore the bracelet, exclaiming over its beauty, but her smile didn't reach her eyes. I noticed how she kept checking her phone under the table. "Everything okay?" I asked after the third time. "Just work stuff." She slipped the phone back into her purse. "The Peterson account is giving us trouble. Must be hard, juggling all those lunch meetings too." She froze for a split second. "What do you mean?" "Zoe mentioned seeing you at Riverview Mall last week." Megan's laugh was too quick, too bright. "Oh, that. Yes, had a client meeting with the new luxury brand we're targeting." "Funny. I thought the mall was a bit casual for luxury brands." Her eyes narrowed slightly. "Are you checking up on me, Jerry?" "Should I be?" The tension crackled between us. Megan took a deliberate sip of wine. "I think you're reading too much into things. You know how demanding my job is." "Right. Your job." I signaled for the check. "And your mom? How's her cruise?" Color drained from her face. "What?" "The cruise. The one where she has no phone service. The one she's been on for the past 2 weeks. The same mom you were talking to on the phone yesterday?" "Jerry, I can explain." "Save it." I stood up. "I think I've heard enough explanations for one night." That night, I lay awake in our bed, listening to Megan's steady breathing beside me. My mind replayed every suspicious moment from the past few months. The late nights at work, the new clothes, the sudden gym membership, the passwords changed on her phone. I grabbed my phone and texted Zoe. "You were right. Something's wrong." Her reply came instantly. "Come over tomorrow. We need to talk." The next morning, I told Megan I had a meeting with Eric from work. Instead, I drove to Zoe's bookstore, my hands shaking on the steering wheel. "I've been noticing things," Zoe said, locking the store's door and flipping the sign to closed. "Little things at first, but they add up." "Like what?" 3 weeks ago, I saw her coming out of the Waldorf downtown. She wasn't alone. My stomach churned. The same guy from the mall? Yeah, tall, expensive suit. They were pretty hands-on for colleagues. I sank into a chair. I should have seen it coming. The signs were all there. What are you going to do? I don't know. I buried my face in my hands. Part of me wants to confront her, but you need proof, Zoe finished. Something concrete. Yeah. I looked up at her. Will you help me? She squeezed my shoulder. Of course. That's what friends are for. As I drove home, my phone buzzed with a text from Megan. Working late tonight. Don't wait up. Another lie. Another piece of my world crumbling. I pulled into our driveway and sat there, staring at our perfect house with its perfect lawn and perfect lies. 7 years of marriage, and I felt like I was living with a stranger. The tennis bracelet box sat heavy in my jacket pocket, a reminder of everything I thought we had. Everything that might have been a lie. I took out my phone and opened a new note. It was time to start documenting everything. Time to find out exactly who my wife had become. I've started drinking her coffee. Black, 2 sugars. The way she makes it every morning. Doing it hurts, but I can't stop. It's like picking at a scab. This desperate need to understand her, to be close to her, even as she's slipping away. This morning she's humming in the kitchen. Some pop song I don't recognize. When did I stop knowing her favorite songs? Made you coffee, she says, sliding the mug across the counter. Our fingers brush. God, even that hurts now. Thanks. I force myself to meet her eyes. They're bright, happy. She's wearing that new lipstick, the one I found the receipt for last week. $42 for fucking lipstick she never wears at home. My hands shake as I add another note to my phone. 7:15 a.m., looking at phone and smiling. New lipstick. Meeting downtown? Check later. I've become this thing. This paranoid, obsessive creature who documents his wife's every move. The old Jerry would be disgusted. But the old Jerry didn't know his wife was fucking someone else. Late meeting today, she says, checking her reflection in the toaster. Fixing that expensive lipstick. Don't wait up. Anderson campaign? The lie comes easily now. We're both getting good at this game. Yeah, it's... She trails off, finally meeting my eyes in the reflection. Something passes between us. Fear? Guilt? It's complicated. I laugh. Can't help it. It bubbles up like vomit. Because yeah, it's fucking complicated. She leaves. The house feels empty and huge and I can't breathe. Call Zoe. I'm going crazy. I tell her voicemail. I'm actually losing my fucking mind. End up at her bookstore anyway. She takes one look and locks the front door. Show me, she says. I hand over my phone. 3 weeks of notes. Times, dates, locations. The sad little diary of a man watching his marriage die. Jerry. Her voice breaks. She's crying. Why is she crying? Oh God, Jerry. Tell me I'm wrong. My voice sounds strange. Distant. Tell me I'm paranoid and stupid and wrong. She shows me her phone instead. Pictures. My Megan. My wife. Pressed against some wall. His hands on her ass. Her head thrown back laughing. The world tilts sideways. When? It's all I can manage. Yesterday. Lunch break. Behind Giovanni's. I throw up in her wastebasket. She holds my shoulders like she did in college after that time with the tequila. But this is worse. So much worse. I can't. I heave again. I can't fucking breathe. We should call Eric, she says. You shouldn't be alone. But I'm already gone. Driving. Don't know where until I'm there. The Waldorf. Their spot, according to my sad little notes. The valet knows her car. Smiles at me. Mrs. Thompson's not here yet, sir. Yet. I wait. Watch the entrance like some fucking stalker. My hands won't stop shaking. 2:47 p.m. She walks in. That blue dress I got her for Christmas. Hair done. New lipstick perfect. He's waiting in the lobby. Expensive suit. Rolex. Everything I'm not. They kiss. Not a hello kiss. A lover's kiss. Deep. Hungry. His hands in her hair. Her hair I touched this morning. Her body pressed against his like she used to press against me. I take pictures with trembling hands. Evidence. Proof. Like I'm building a fucking court case instead of watching my life implode. My phone buzzes. Eric. Meeting starting. Where are you? I send him a picture. The kiss. My wife and her lover. He calls immediately. I let it go to voicemail. They take the elevator up. Room 847. I know because I've been tracking their patterns. God, what have I become? Sit in the lobby for 3 hours. Watch them come down. Her lipstick gone. His tie crooked. They kiss goodbye like teenagers in love. That night, she crawls into our bed. Smelling of him. Of sex. Of lies. You're quiet lately, she says, touching my arm. I flinch. Talk to me. The laugh that comes out sounds insane. Talk to you, Jerry? She sits up. In the darkness, I can almost pretend she's still mine. What's wrong? Room 847. Silence. Heavy. Terrible. What? The Waldorf. Room 847. Blue dress. New lipstick. 3 hours. She doesn't breathe for a long moment. Jerry, don't. My voice cracks. Please, don't lie. Not again. I can't take another lie. She starts crying. The sound guts me. Even now, I want to hold her. Fix it. Make her my Megan again. How long? I manage. More silence. How long? 6 months, she whispers. I'm so sorry. I get up. Can't be in this bed. Can't breathe her air. Jerry, please, we can fix this. Fix this. Another broken laugh. Like you fixed your lipstick after he fucked you? She flinches. Good. My phone's still in my hand. I pull up his wife's number. Monica Reynolds. Poor Monica, who doesn't know her husband is destroying my life. What are you doing? Megan's voice is small. Scared. Calling your boyfriend's wife. My finger hovers over the call button. Think she knows about room 847? The scream she lets out doesn't sound human. Monica Reynolds has my wife's eyes. Not the color, Megan's are green, hers are brown. But that same lost look I've seen in the mirror lately. She's beautiful in that put-together suburban way. Designer jeans. Expensive highlights. The kind of woman who has everything. Except a faithful husband. How long have you known? She stirs her untouched coffee. We're in some cafe across town where nobody knows us. Just 2 strangers sharing an apocalypse. 3 weeks. The words taste like ash. Found out about room 847 yesterday. She flinches. The Waldorf. You knew? Credit card statements. Her laugh is hollow. He's not as clever as he thinks. I didn't want to know, you know? Yeah, I know. Show me, she whispers. I slide my phone across the table. The pictures. The proof. Her hands shake as she scrolls. That's my dress, she says suddenly. The blue one. I bought it. He said he loved it. So I? She breaks. Right there in the middle of the cafe. Great, heaving sobs that make people stare. I move to her side of the booth, hold her while she falls apart. Strangers bound by betrayal. 6 years, she chokes out. 6 fucking years of marriage and he's with your. I know. My voice cracks. I know. My phone buzzes. Megan, ignore it. What do you want to do? I ask when she can breathe again. She wipes her eyes, leaving mascara streaks. Destroy them. The next week is a blur of planning. Monica's cousin is a PI. Gets us everything. Emails, text messages, hotel receipts. 6 months of their secret life, laid bare in digital footprints. Look at this. Monica points to a date. Our anniversary. He said he was working late. Bastard. What about this one? She swipes to another receipt. December 18th. My father's funeral. The day Megan held me while I cried. The day she said she'd love me forever. She'd met him at the Waldorf after the service. I throw up in Monica's guest bathroom. She holds my shoulders, just like Zoe did. Just like Megan used to. We do it tomorrow, she says when I can stand. They have their regular Thursday meeting. Room 847? Room 847. I go home that night. Last time, maybe. Megan's in the kitchen, making dinner like everything's normal. Like she didn't destroy us. You've been gone a lot, she says. Casual. Careful. Have I? I pour a whiskey. Hadn't noticed. Jerry. She reaches for me. I step back. Please, can we talk? About what? Work? The Anderson campaign? Room 847. Color drains from her face. I can explain. Tomorrow. My voice sounds strange. Explain tomorrow. She starts crying. Those tears that used to break my heart. I love you. Please believe that. You love me? Another broken laugh. You had sex with him after my father's funeral. She makes a sound like I've hit her. Good. Jerry, it's not. It wasn't. Save it for tomorrow. I finish my whiskey. Wear the blue dress. Nick likes that one, right? I sleep in the guest room. Don't sleep, really. Lie there listening to her cry through the wall. Remember all the nights I held her. All the promises. All the lies. Morning comes too fast. I text Monica. Ready? Her reply is instant. Ready? Megan leaves early. Hair perfect. Blue dress. New lipstick. If she notices my car following her, she doesn't show it. The Waldorf looks different in daylight. Less romantic. More seedy. Or maybe that's just me. Mr. Thompson. The valet remembers me. Of course he does. Mrs. Thompson just arrived. I know. Monica's waiting in the lobby. We watch the elevator numbers climb. Stop at 8. Room 847, she whispers. Room 847. We take the stairs. Somehow it feels right, this last climb to the truth. Her heels click on each step. My heart pounds in time. 8th floor. Down the hall. Their voices drift through the door, laughing, happy, in love. Monica's hand finds mine. Squeezes. I use the key card her PI cousin got us. The door opens. And there they are. My wife. Her husband. Our tragedy in blue dress, an expensive suit. What the fuck? Nick jumps up. Monica? But Megan just looks at me. Those green eyes I used to drown in. Game over, I say. Time stops in room 847. Megan's lipstick is smeared. Her blue dress is wrinkled. Nick's shirt is unbuttoned. They look caught. Small. Human. Baby, I can explain, Nick starts. Monica laughs. It's an ugly sound. Explain? Like you explained working late on our anniversary? I can't stop staring at Megan's hands. They're trembling. Those hands that held me through Dad's funeral. Those hands that were just all over him. Jerry. Megan's voice breaks. Please. Please what? My voice doesn't sound like mine. Please forget? Please understand? Could you act like you weren't sleeping with him while I was burying my dad? Nick steps forward, playing the big man. Listen, Thompson. I throw the folder. Papers explode everywhere. Hotel receipts. Photos. 6 months of their secret life, raining down like confetti. December 18th. I pick up a receipt. 2 hours at the Waldorf. Right after you held me at the cemetery, right, baby? Did you wash my tears off before he touched you? Megan vomits. Right there on the fancy hotel carpet. Good. You disgust me. Monica spits at Nick. 6 years of marriage, and you couldn't even spring for a new hotel? Had to take her where you used to take me? Monty, please. Don't you dare call me that. She grabs a photo from the floor. This was our anniversary. Remember? You said you were working. You were working something, all right? I look at Megan, still heaving on the floor. Remember how she looked on our wedding day? Pure. Perfect. Mine. Why? It rips out of me. Just why? She wipes her mouth. Smears that expensive lipstick. I don't know. Bullshit. I really don't. She's crying now. Mascara rivers down her cheeks. It just happened. Happened. I grab another receipt. For 6 months? In the same hotel? In our bed when I was at conferences? Her head snaps up. How did you? The sheets smell different. You changed them, but I knew. I always knew. Nick tries for the door. Monica blocks him. Going somewhere, honey? Her smile is razor sharp. But we're just getting started. Tell them about Paris. Megan goes pale. Paris? Oh. Monica's laugh is cutting. He didn't tell you? He was planning a romantic getaway. Next month. Funny thing is, she pulls out her phone, shows a confirmation email. He booked it for us. His actual wife. Nick? Megan's voice is small. Is that true? He shrugs. Actually shrugs. It's complicated. I start laughing. Can't stop. It bubbles up like madness. Complicated? I wheeze. You sleep with my wife for 6 months, arrange a trip with your own, and it's difficult? Jerry, baby, listen. Megan reaches for me. I step back like she's poison. Don't you fucking touch me. What do you want? Nick demands. Money? Is that what this is? Monica slaps him. The crack echoes. You think this is about money? She's magnificent in her rage. You ruined everything. Everything. You ruined it yourself, I tell Megan quietly. Every lie. Every touch. Every time you came home smelling like him and kissed me goodnight. She breaks. Completely. Sobbing on the floor in her wrinkled blue dress. I adore you, she gasps. I understand you have doubts about me, yet I truly do. You're right. I head for the door. I don't believe you. Where are you going? Her voice is panicked. Home. To pack. You can keep the Waldorf. Keep the blue dress. Keep the lies. I look at Nick. Keep him. You deserve each other. Jerry, wait. Oh, and Nick? I turn back. Check your email. Monica and I sent quite a few interesting photos to your board of directors. And your mother. And your kids. His face goes white. You didn't. Complicated enough for you? I walk out. Monica follows. Behind us, chaos erupts. Nick screaming. Megan crying. The sound of something expensive breaking. In the elevator, Monica takes my hand. You okay? She asks. No. My voice cracks. You? No. She squeezes my hand. But we will be. The lobby is a blur. The valet looks concerned. I probably look insane. Outside, the sun is shining. People are living their normal lives. Going to work. Falling in love. Being happy. I lean against my car and finally let myself cry. For my marriage. For her lies. For the man I used to be before room 847. Monica hugs me. We're quite a sight. Sobbing in the Waldorf parking lot like our worlds just ended. Because they did. My phone buzzes. Megan. Monica's phone rings. Nick. We look at each other and laugh through our tears. Delete, she asks. Delete. Dad's watch stops at 3:47 a.m. The battery dies while I'm sitting on our bedroom floor, surrounded by 7 years of lies, drinking straight from a bottle of Jack. Feels like some kind of sign. I win it anyway. Again and again. Like I can make time go backwards. Before room 847. Before Nick. Before I became this hollow fucking thing sitting in the dark, smelling her perfume on my clothes. Jerry? Zoe's voice from the doorway. She's been here for hours, quietly sorting through the wreckage. That's enough Jack for tonight. Did you know she kept it? My voice sounds wrong. The test from the baby. Zoe sits beside me, takes the bottle, doesn't speak, found it in her drawer. Along with? I choke on the words. Along with another one. From last month. When I was in Chicago. Oh God. She grabs my hand. Squeezes until it hurts. Funny thing is, the laugh that comes out sounds like breaking glass. I kept hoping, after we lost the first one. Kept thinking maybe. I can't finish. Curl into myself like I'm being stabbed. Because I am. Memory after memory. Knife after knife. Her voice the day we lost our baby. At least we have each other. Her body pressed against mine all those nights. Both of us dreaming of the nursery we'd never finish. Her tears soaking my shirt. Her promises of forever. All the while she was sleeping with him in our bed. My phone lights up. Her face on the screen. The photo from last Christmas. Snow in her hair, laughing at something I said. I used to love that picture. Please come home, baby. I'm on my knees. I'll do anything. Please. The phone shatters against the wall before I realize I've thrown it. She's pregnant. The words taste like blood. Might be his. Might be mine. Does it even matter anymore? Zoe holds me while I break. Really break. The kind of crying that feels like dying. Dawn creeps in, finding us still on the floor. Her shirt soaked with my tears. Dad's watch still dead in my hands. I keep thinking. My voice is raw. Keep thinking about that night in college, when she helped me study for finals. Remember? The all-nighter at the library? Yeah. She brought me coffee every hour. Said she couldn't let me fail. Couldn't let me give up. Another broken laugh. Guess she changed her mind about that. Monica calls. She sounds like I feel shattered. He's outside, she whispers. Playing our song. The one from our wedding. I can't. Jerry, I can't breathe. Want me to come over? No. Yes. I don't. Fuck. I miss him so much. How fucked up is that? He destroyed everything and I still want. I know. God, do I know. I keep smelling her perfume everywhere. Keep reaching for her in my sleep. We stay on the phone, just breathing. Two broken people holding each other up across the city. Morning brings Megan to my office. Still in that blue dress. Looking like every dream I ever had. They suspended me. Her voice cracks. Mascara tracks on her cheeks. The board, the photos. Jerry, please. I look at her. Really look. See the girl who brought me coffee. The woman who held me when Dad died. The wife who might be carrying my child. Or his. Did you love him? The question burns my throat. I don't know. At least she's honest now. Maybe. Sometimes. Not like I love you. Loved. Past tense. No. She steps closer. I step back. Love. Present. Always. Jerry, please, the baby. The world stops. So you are. Pregnant. She nods. Tears falling. Is it? I don't know. Her hands go to her stomach. Protection. Or guilt. I don't know anything anymore except I need you. Please. We can fix this. We can. Like we fixed the nursery? She makes a sound like I've hit her. Remember that? I can't stop now. Remember picking out colors? Remember how you said yellow was gender neutral? Remember holding me when we lost? When our baby... Jerry, did you sleep with him that day as well? After the doctor told us? After I cried myself to sleep? Security comes. Takes her away. I sit in my office, gazing at the couch where she could have been with him. Later, much later, I sign the papers. My lawyer looks concerned. With the pregnancy, he starts. DNA test. My voice is steel. Court-ordered. Non-negotiable. He nods. That night, I dream of yellow nursery walls. Of tiny hands and first steps. Of a baby with her eyes and my smile. Wake up screaming. Monica brings coffee. Sits with me on my front steps. We watch the sunrise like we're waiting for answers. Think we'll ever be okay? She asks. I look at Dad's watch. Still dead. Still stuck at 3:47 a.m. Maybe. I winded again. Again. But not the same kind of okay we were before. My phone buzzes. New one. Same messages. I'll always love you. Please come home. Monica takes my hand. We sit there. Broken. Breathing. Living. 1 second at a time. The DNA results come in a plain white envelope. Like something this big should come with sirens. Warnings. Something. I stare at it for 3 days before I can open it. Monica's there when I do. She's always there now. Like we're the only survivors of some private apocalypse. Want me to? She reaches for the envelope. No. My hands shake. I need to. The paper cuts my finger. Blood on white. Fitting. Not mine. 2 words that change everything. Again. I throw up in the kitchen sink. Monica holds my shoulders. We're good at this now. Holding each other through the aftershocks. What do you want to do? She asks when I can breathe again. What do I want? Go back in time. Unlearn what love feels like when it turns to poison. Forget the sound of Megan's laugh. The way she felt in my arms. The dreams of a family that died in room 847. I want. My voice breaks. I want to stop loving her. 3 months since the Waldorf. Nick got fired. Moved to Seattle. Monica's divorce is final next week. Megan texts every day. Still. The baby's a boy. He has your smile. Please. Just look at the ultrasound. I named him after your dad. Delete. But this one stops me. Remember that night in the rain? Our first kiss? You said you'd love me until the stars burned out. I'm still counting on that. I do remember. God help me. I remember everything. The way rain plastered her hair to her face. How she tasted like coffee and promises. How young we were. How sure. I call her. Jerry? Her voice breaks. Oh God, Jerry? Don't. My throat closes. Don't name him after my dad. Silence. Then soft, okay. Is he healthy? She starts crying. I close my eyes. Remember holding her through morning sickness. Before. In another life. Yes, she manages. Perfect. He kicks at night. Like he knows. Don't. I miss you. Raw. Honest. Every second. Every breath. You missed me in room 847 too? She makes that wounded sound I've grown to hate. And love. And hate that I love. I'm moving, I tell her. Seattle offered me a job. Monica's idea. New city. New start. Her cousin's law firm needs IT security. Seattle? Her voice small. That's where Nick. I know. Funny how life works. More silence. Heavy with things we can't unsay. Will you? She swallows. Will you ever forgive me? Will I? Can anyone forgive the death of dreams? The murder of trust? The slow poison of lies that kill not just love, but the memory of love? I forgive you, I say finally, but I'll never trust you again. She's crying harder now. I love you. Still. Always. I know. That's what makes it worse. I hang up, stare at Dad's watch. Still dead. Still stuck at 3:47. Monica brings wine. Sits with me on my empty floor. The apartment's all boxes now. Like my life. Packed up, ready to run. Nick called, she says. About Seattle. Yeah. Says there's a tech startup looking for people. Good money. I look at her. Really look. See the same broken pieces I'm carrying. We could. She hesitates. We could try. Together. Maybe broken people fit better. I think about Megan. About love that burns too bright. About trust and lies and room 847. Think about Monica. About understanding. About healing together. Maybe, I say, and mean it. She takes my hand. We sit there, watching the sunset through empty windows. Tomorrow, Seattle. Tomorrow, new lives. Tonight, we hold the pieces of our old ones. Together. My phone buzzes one last time. Megan. I'll love you until the stars burn out. I look at Monica. At our joined hands. At the future we might build from these ashes. Delete. Some stars have to die for new ones to be born. Dad's watch stays in Seattle. Still dead. Still marking the moment everything changed. But maybe that's okay. Maybe some things have to break completely before you can build something new. Something different. Something true.